stars can also be suns? That makes no sense.
Aloy. You... Hey, look who's back.
I did. One step...
Can't wait. Oh, before I forget, something to commemorate our...
Yeah. You still sifting...
Yeah, it's... I thought maybe I could try finding things not much like there, but I did find out about these, like, images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows. I bet they pay a lot of
I made a new friend while I was...
Yeah, I've seen him. Kotallo's, you do know the cards just say these Tenakth drink people's...
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust...
How are things going, Rob?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend...
What did you do?
I made one joke. About how they, you know, eat grass. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach?
From the looks of it.
Yeah, well... I wasn't expecting her to be that.
Just... try not to... I better get...
All right.
Aloy, you found enough...
Two down?
I'm glad her healing can continue.
Found anything else?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them. Though I know that without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove... At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia as inspiration for her machine. Her memory honors them.
Have you met Kotallo?
Yes, but... Tenakth don't have much use for it. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his...
Are you guys training with Eren?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training...
I've been told. Please tell me more.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken... He called the Utaru leaf grazers, laughed at the idea of a simple farmer. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the comp. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer. Don't look so worried. We're evenly... Next time he's going down like a load of bull...
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
I better get going.
Right. You've got that sub-fun...
are things going around?
Hey, you tell me.
So
I made about how does any...
from the look,
Yeah.
just... I should get...
We'll talk later.
No good. Door's locked until Gaia can restore access.
Aloy,
It's good to see you.
I've been told of our enemy. Your friends showed me to the... and explained the... They gave me this focus as well. I don't pretend to fully understand, but all I really need to know is where...
Welcome to the team. What are you looking at over...
The others have been helping me decipher the symbols, so... I thought I'd try to understand the weapon you intend to use. This... Hephaestus... It will...
Yes,
How many?
as many as we need.
Such power.
You said you were training...
That's right. I've been watching holograms of your first fight with the... They are faster and more agile than... How many do the Zeniths...
I'm not...
I would not wish to face them on my...
I'm with you there. Must be strange, seeing it.
I can see machines like... Their strengths and weaknesses simply... To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon ever...
Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe that Hekarro's mission for peace is the... For it is now blessed by the Ten themselves.
I heard my friend Talana came by the base. Did you get a...
Briefly. A bold woman. She'll be lucky if my people don't shoot her on sight.
She'll be careful. She's just... looking for someone who might need...
Whoever it is, they better be...
You've had some time with the team now.
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutara. Farmers don't make for effective soldiers.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe against the Karja, and fought all the way to Barren Light.
Interesting.
Have you had a chance to...
Briefly. He fought well against Regalla's troops. Are all Nora as skilled as the two?
I'm not exactly one of them. But they managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the only one to have done that.
Does it still hurt?
I try not to think about it. But its absence, it's difficult to...
I can't claim to understand.
Then you have my thanks.
Did Aaron tell you we found the people who gave Regalla's rebels the power to override machines?
He told me of the I suggested he etch this victory on his fighting arm with...
Is he going to do it?
He didn't say no.
Now that you know who the enemy is,
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp.
for now.
I will leave the strategy. I trust you will point my blade where it will...
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago. That you...
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. My parents were... As I grew older, I came to be known as an accomplished fighter. Tekote took a special interest in me. I fought by his side against the Card. And led my squad on a dangerous climb into the Daunt. It was I who opened the gates at Barren Light from the east side, allowing the Tenakth to raise it.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed. I was welcomed home as a hero, and I was content.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a marshal.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan to become a marshal?
I was sent to the Kulrut by Tekotteh. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I believed in him, like one would a father. I was too blind to see the fear in his eyes. Fear of a rising young warrior challenging his command of the clan. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. But to him, I was only a threat. Never occurred to him that I had no interest in rising above my station.
Why did Tekotteh think you wouldn't be a threat to him if he sent you to the Kulrut?
Tekotteh knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his command, even if I wanted to. After our victory at Barren Light, Tekotteh spoke to our people, said it would be selfish to rob Hekarro and the marshals of a warrior like myself. Even though he knew perfectly well I had no intention of ever leaving. It was exile, guised as an honor. One he knew I couldn't refuse. So I became a marshal, and never looked back.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I am not. Though it pained me at the time, a marshal is what I was destined to be.
When we were at the Bulwark, the guard said something about the Wings of the Ten. Hekarro also mentioned it at the Kulrut. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machine and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. Many times I imagined it as a child. The feeling of freedom.
What did Chief Hekarro say when you told him he'd be joining me?
You spilled rebel blood at the Grove, and helped reunite the clans. There was little more to be said. He understood.
Well, I'm honored he lent me his best marshal.
Indeed.
I should get going.
Back to my training.
It's locked. Well, I guess Beta wants her privacy for now. Wonder if Varl's in there with her.
Aloy, I'm glad you have returned, and I see you have recovered Ether.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. I'm back, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
How's Kotallo doing?
I have detected that the loss of his arm still, in an effort to remedy this, I believe he will want to fill you in on the details.
A solution? So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you... For instance, Varl has been entries from those who perished during the fair. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite...
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to
The processor Ether was installed on was part of a memorial to something called the Hot... Do you know anything about...
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately however, climate data indicates a peak in region. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged drought, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of...
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of... So I guess things got better.
Yes. Data suggests that levels in the clawback era...
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided.
Yes. Thanks to Ether's weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize.
That'll be a relief for the Tenakth. Recovering after a mudslide caused the whole place to flood.
I will continue to stabilize the atmosphere for as long as I...
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage. One in the museum appears to have been, given that the holographic displays were...
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient...
Maybe it also felt it... I should...
Goodbye.
That's fine.
I can take a look if you want.
Yeah. Flick it a few times with my thumb.
Oh, looks like I can open that door now. There's a lot of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, Control Center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
I see. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her. When I met Hekarro, I figured he was just another bloodthirsty warlord. Fasha was right. Hekarro wants peace. It won't be easy. But with his new marshals, maybe his vision has a chance.
Welcome back.
Hey, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
I found some data in one of the rooms you wanted. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with primary and secondary Had everything gone according to plan, been able to introduce tertiary species.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. In order to access and distribute.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something... I guess I...
As you say.
don't think that door had power before, but looks like it's malfunctioning. Looks like some kind of maintenance space. I wonder where this leads. Power cells? Huh. That did it.
Aloy? A bunch of lights just turned on up here? Was that you?
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I guess it was.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been watching it a lot. I think it helps calm her.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the Zeniths might be different from the others.
Tilda. You saw her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces. My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough.
And then?
One day, a data channel opened in my training interface. In it, Tilda was waiting for me. In a virtual replica of a house on a cliff, overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful. She showed me paintings, books, media files. We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was a liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda?
She liked to talk about her paintings.
What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths? Something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth, she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect.
Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
She was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches. I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home.
And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training. Toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see whitecaps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s. Portraits, allegories, ships at sea. She had so many.
That didn't interest you?
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, holos. My favorite was this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid comes back after disappearing during the Hot Zone crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything about the Zeniths themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't! Okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
What's wrong?
I'm trying, Varl. But she is tough to take. I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Rost's name. You never talk about him. But he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
The old ones created so many wonderful inventions to help others. To help the
Aloy, Everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl...
Yeah, everything's fine.
Well, okay,
It seems like you're getting a hang of this.
yeah, it's been helpful when I could make sense of it. I did find the old ones enjoyed it. Only they let machines serve the stuff. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside. That's half the fun! You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
I see someone's been...
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off.
You should try playing Katalo. It's a Tenakth game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tenakth. Sure you won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty sure. Do I smell?
I brought some over. With everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use it. Besides, there is nothing that brings people together. That's what my sister always said. Anyways.
Maybe another time. I should get
back to...
Hey.
Of course.
How's training?
Discovering something new about our past. When we first met, you asked me if this world looked like when the old ones... I thought it was strange, but a lot has changed since Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets... You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with... To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed her, and yet they have no trouble treating
Another reason we have to stop. Did Katalo find it?
Zoe picked out a room for him. He's kept to himself.
He's not much.
So I've noticed. Tried paying my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the... Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling... For a second I thought I was talking to... Never thought a Tenakth and a Nora war chief could have...
It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original. The same ones that left for Sirius
To live on for so long.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding. And
Sylens made sure that wasn't enough.
Why would he build something to hurt Far Zenith, yet allow them to capture?
With Sylens, there's always an angle. We just don't know what it is yet. What do you make of this Tilda that Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wants. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's, but whatever she wanted. I don't think if we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our...
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth...
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't try.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. He was all I had. When Hades discovered who I was and sent the... He sacrificed himself so I could... That seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now... I don't think he could even... The Sacred Lands were all he really knew, so I can't let myself dwell on him. No.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about about what she would have become if she had survived, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always...
I know.
Fair enough.
I should get back out there.
We'll be here.
Aloy.
Hey.
I am well. Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting. I wish there was something I could do.
I'm not...
A tree won't bear fruit in a day.
Is there anything I can help? Are you okay?
You and Varl have...
I'd like to think so.
I was wondering...
Oh.
That bad, huh?
Why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but... I noticed...
She's the best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher, but she could be pretty...
I see. That must have been hard on him. I feel silly not being able to...
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off.
I'd like to see her try.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on some museum. From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for... like you've done here. Maybe one day, more people will be able to use...
That sounds... The Zeniths did a number on Beta.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life. I've never heard of anything so To deny our dying bodies to the Earth. To doom the life that would... It's despicable.
I should get going.
Good luck on your...
What is it?
What do you think of this place?
It's an efficient center of operations, huh? Though it could use some more.
Duly noted. Have you spoke?
I've had little chance. I did see him bring some ale.
That stuff's as bitter as salve-brush.
You get used to it, eventually.
I'm sure Erend wouldn't mind. I should get going.
If I can...
I will. Hey,
I'm fine.
and look, about earlier.
Forget it.
It's time.
Yeah.
Door won't open. Why is this door locked now?
Beta requested the use of that room as her personal space. I have locked it at her request.
Okay.
Hello again, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia.
Welcome back.
So I talked to Beta.
It seems to me you did. The Zeniths controlled every aspect of her life. This Tilda was the first person she ever had contact with. An abrupt severance of such a relationship would be very emotionally...
Yeah. The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Beta said they were some of the most powerful. I think Elizabeth knew one of them. Tilda.
No. Elizabeth often spoke of her work, or told stories of her mother, and if she knew this Tilda, what we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their... to protect life on Earth.
See you later.
Until next...
What now? I'm always...
I'll be...
Finally.
So far, so good. I can actually breathe down here. Diving mask seems to be holding up. I've never been able to swim this deep before.
It started right here, more than 30 years ago. Back when this casino was still called the Temple. One big bet turned my fate around. But now, fate's dealt its cruelest hand ever to everyone. I have to turn the lights out one final time, and the waters of my adopted home will at last run dry. Well, if a dream has to die, at least I can say goodbye first.
Stanley Chen. What did he do here? That looks like a way out. Poseidon's down here, somewhere. Gotta find where it's hiding. Whoa! There's no way to fight that thing underwater. I'll have to be careful. This place is massive. All of it's encased in a dome. Before the machine spots me. Swim against this current. Need to turn back. Red light.
Alert. Critical flooding detected. Automatic drainage controls offline. To execute an emergency purge, manual reset of primary and secondary pump nodes is required. The purge can then be triggered at the pump maintenance station.
If we do this purge and drain all the water, I can fight that big machine on dry ground. Looks like I have to reset a couple of pump nodes first. According to the map, there should be an access point for the first node south of here. More machines down here. Swim around them. Stick to cover. There's the access point. Should lead into the pump node. There must be a whole network of these tunnels down here. Water lines for an entire city. reach the ledge from here. Maybe something we can climb to get out. One node down. Better swim back up and find the access point for the second node.
The primer node shut down now. I think the last time I was down here was during the Lumiogran incident. A malfunction led to an overflow of detergent in the pipes. Suds rose from every fountain. As we frantically tried to fix it, I looked up and saw everyone in the lobby chasing bubbles the size of basketballs. Young and old alike. Another magical moment in the impossible city.
Another reporting from Stanley Chen. According to the map, the second node should be on the other side of the dome. Another access point. Should get me to the second node. Refreshing, I guess.
Just shut down the secondary node. No more water for the fountains. No more shows. No one left to appreciate them anyway. I'll never forget the city's grand reopening. The fountains had been bone dry for years. No one believed they'd ever return. So, as the first move parked up in the dome, the music swelling, my heart soared right along with it. The city gave me a second chance once. Now it had one.
I've taken care of both nodes. Now we just need to activate the emergency power to the maintenance station. According to the map, the maintenance stations should be at the south end. Red light in that power. Just like at the console I found earlier. That might be the maintenance station. But how to get in? This isn't gonna do much. Looks like part of this building collapsed. There might be a way in. Okay, let's see where this leads. I think I'm in the maintenance station now. I just gotta find a console to activate the emergency purge. There should be a console in here. There. Time to dry this place out. That did it! Okay. Now I can deal with that machine guarding the door on the other end of the dome. And once I get past it, I can get to what's waiting on the other side of the door. Poseidon. I guess the purge didn't get rid of all of the water.
System shutdown's almost done. The only thing left is to power everything down at the control center. So, I guess this is it. One final walk down the strip, and then it's lights out forever. At least I won't be around to see it destroyed. The Odyssey will be well on its way to Sirius by the time the swarm gets here. Still, my last memory of this place will be empty. A city that's already dead.
Stanley Chen was one of them. The Zenith. He did so much for this place. He doesn't sound like the others. The Purge left these machines behind. Let's see if I them. Deal with the big one first. Poseidon is through there. But where did that machine go?
Aloy! It's a miracle!
Was this you? Did you lower the waters?
Yeah, but there's a new problem. That thing's in our way.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to get the Embers with that around.
As the scrappy band of adventurers beheld the beast, they knew what they had to do.
What? Are you crazy? Hush now. She saved our Delph.
Okay then. Stay up here and start firing when I engage.
Places, fellas. Get to that overhang.
Spot. Gotta move.
Come on, gentlemen, get a move on.
You guys all right?
More than all right. We did it! All the embers we could ever want, and it's all thanks to you.
Very, heartwarming. But maybe we can just, grab what we came here for and get out before any more of those things decide to show up.
Now, shard counter. Nothing wrong with a little reveling. Though we should probably let our flame-haired friend get going. I believe she has business down here, does she not?
Right, of course. You need any help?
I can handle it from here.
Very well. We'll start taking some of the embers upstairs. Holler if you need us.
Thanks. Poseidon should be somewhere beyond this door. Time to bring it home. Okay. Poseidon should be hiding in some kind of processor. I need to find a console to gain access to it.
I can't do it. I can't give up on this place. I'm leaving everything on standby. The system's equipped for runs for decades, if not hundreds of years. It's a long shot, but Maybe someday, against all odds, someone will find this place again, marvel at its lights and wonders, discover a fortune and boundless opportunity, make it their own dream. After all, if the city can give me a second chance, if water can flow in a wasteland, anything's possible.
He was right. There. I should be able to use that console. I'm here to bring you home, Poseidon. To Gaia.
Mother.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Poseidon's subordinate function to original code.
Okay. Gotta bring this back to Gaia.
System reboot initiated.
Looks like taking Poseidon triggered a restart of the city's power system. Morond and crew must have headed back up top. With all the embers they could carry, I bet.
It started right here, more than 30 years ago. Back when this casino was still called the Temple. One big bet turned my fate around. But now, fate's dealt its cruelest hand ever to everyone. I have to turn the lights out one final time. and the waters of my adopted home would at last run dry. Well, if a dream has to die, at least I can say goodbye first.
Another recording from Stanley Chen. An elevator. Morlund must have built this before the place flooded. Might still work. Nice not to have to climb back up. What's going on out there?
Whatever she did, it must have powered up the whole city.
Is that an eagle?
Oh, show my old Gramps always wanted.
There's another.
His dream realized. His old Gramps' legacy ensured. Our hero beheld the sea of desert lights and wept at his good fortune.
When I saw the Embers as a child, I never dreamed they could be like this. Thank you, Aloy. Well, did you find what you were looking for?
I did. And now I have to move on.
Oh. Oh. Come back when you can. I got big plans for this place.
I thought you wanted to put on shows with the Embers back in the Claim.
Oh, no. This is the show. Oh, can you imagine? Folks from all over the land coming to take it all in. Plus, some food and a nice place to stay.
Not to mention a variety of entertainment venues.
Don't forget, games of chance. Plenty of shards to be had there for certain.
A new dream, huh? I hope you make it happen. Goodbye, gentlemen.
This delve is a story for the ages. All thanks to you.
If Morlund and crew's gonna stay, maybe I should come back and check on them later. For now, I need to get Poseidon back to Gaia. But with all the ruins here, might want to look around before I head back. And with my new diving mask, I should be able to swim as deep as I want to. Once I find a place with more water.
need a lot of charge to get this place.
Hey, Aloy! Squad's not here yet. Red Teeth insisted we race at nightfall. You can wait by the campfire till they get here.
Whoa!
Now that's a track.
You know I'm going out there to win. But if I don't, you better make sure you beat him for me.
You got it. Good luck.
The night begs for blood and machinima. You ready to ride?
Let's ride.
Yeah, let's go! Yeah! Stay down!
Now press me ahead of me.
Yeah! Didn't want to be you, Bradley. Like that? Yeah! Let that arrow sting! Yeah! Yeah, let's go! I won!
That was a well-earned victory. One that merits speaking face to face.
Nell?
You have to admit, I put on a good show.
Except for the part where you tried to run me off the track.
A reunion with an old partner deserves more than a handshake, don't you think?
We killed bandits together, Nil. For different reasons. I'm not sure we were partners.
I am. Now more than ever. Especially since we've moved on to something even more entertaining.
So, the mask, the armor... You knew the Tenakth would never let a Carja join a race.
When I returned to the Forbidden West, I knew that walking the clan lands would attract as much blood as my bow could handle. And it did. But I realized that if I wanted to ride with the Tenakth, it wouldn't do to indulge in petty duels. I mean, you can't race with the dead.
So you restrained yourself? sort of.
There's no restraint on the track. Who knows, though? One day, the mask may no longer be necessary. After all, everyone here knows me by the speed of my mount and the sting of my arrows. And the Tenakth respect victory even more than they cherish their feuds. But for now, it keeps the children entertained.
How are you even here?
I won't bore you with the details. It's enough to say that you left Meridian, and a man with a bow can go restless in such a place, so I traveled my old haunts for a while.
You've been to the Forbidden...
During the Red Raids, I have fond memories of that camp.
I'm not sure fond is the word I'd use.
I did what was acceptable. Some might call it excess, but I think the Tenakth they relish the kill, and grasp the need of it. That's a lang...
I wish I could say you were... So...
Ah, yes. By chance or fate, I found myself wandering the desert, and then I saw the riders. A glint of metal haunches splashed with... I admit, to ride the edge between life and death.
I guess that's one way to describe... You always said that the thrill of the kill... Hard to believe you've left that life.
I still hear the call. When the blood boils and the bowstring tight. The threat of every turn. Each well-placed strike. The arrow. It's a dance that holds death close. Repeatable and therefore... And I get to share it with fellow riders who appreciate the flavor. It's enough to soothe a man's I believe you know this. Or else you...
I think my demons are slightly... I'm... glad you found your thing, Nil.
Don't worry. Nothing will ever quite replace...
I wasn't worried.
You know, you could always join us. Live without the restraints of whatever narrow path you...
Thank you for the offer, but...
As expected. But you can all... And I promise to never...
I know that's supposed to mean something...
Hey, Red Teeth! Stop hogging all the attention. Aloy, you want to celebrate with us?
I'll leave you to it. See you when you feel the need, Aloy.
So, you gonna tell us what's under the mask?
Sorry, winner.
Worth a try.
Don't celebrate for too long. Tracks don't race them.
Just try not to kill each other.
Hey, Aloy. You won the big one? Don't forget to take your winnings. Left them in that chest.
Never thought there were this many ruins down here.
Yeah, gives me...
She took out the bristlebacks pretty much as long. Sure does rush around a lot.
Hey, Red! How's the javelin thrower treating ya?
Hope you're having a blast.
Looks like you got what you want.
Yeah. It's almost...
Finally. Yeah, at least that's how the old one.
Bet you're used to that.
Well, I can hit machines in their weak points. I wish all the other data was as... to be honest, it's hard to understand half. And then the other half reminds me, well, this isn't a fight you can win, which is... But hey, that just means I gotta study hard.
Just give it time. What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives of rods being used to harness lightning during... That reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in went up the tallest mountain in the claim. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do.
Anything happen?
Zoe asked us to help her bring... Not for eating. Have you asked me? Places... metal might be plain, but it's nothing wrong with that. Who needs a...
I should get going.
I say hi.
Aloy, is that what I think?
Just need to merge it with Gaia, and she'll have enough...
Good news.
I hope Zoe's not upset. I'm distracting.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry.
What do you mean?
Well, before Zoe found a way to fix the land, I suggested that when Gaia was fully restored, she could just make new one.
Well, once we get Hephaestus, that's definitely...
That's what I said. But I guess there was something about my tone. She got pretty raw. Said I didn't understand the way her tribe feels about it. Which is true, of course. And the last thing I'd ever want to do is dismiss her. But I was trying to look at things different, more like you. You know? To see a machine as...
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there.
Not your fault.
Did you talk to Zoe?
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed... How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow? What if an apology is not enough next?
You give her a stuffed animal?
You're the worst. You know that?
What makes you think I know anything about any of this?
Abandoning me again, huh? Well, if she kills me next time, it's on...
Better get this to Gaia.
You did it, Aloy.
Let's hold off on the ale till it's over.
I'll let Aaron.
Aloy, you've returned, and you come bearing. Does this mean we'll soon be able to uproot the Zeniths from our...
That's what I'm hoping.
Good.
It looked like you were working on something.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to... Even if some people think I should give up.
Already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to land gods with new machines when...
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people for generations. They are not some broken toy to be... Even if they are just machines, to abandon them in their time of suffering seems...
I'm sure Varl understands.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
Learn anything interesting?
There's been much to read up on now that Aether has been reunited. It's hard to imagine that machines like Stormbirds once... I used to be terrified of them as a child. But everything Gaia creates has a
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she... You ever play that board game Aaron set up?
Strike? I'm the one who... I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he... No such luck.
I should get...
If you need me.
Beta's been difficult to figure out. She's just so closed off. I get that the Zeniths were cruel to her, that the one called Tilda abandoned her, but I can't get her out of her shell. I don't know. Maybe nothing can. I know Varl meant well, bringing up Rost. I guess it's hard to talk about. With everything going on, it feels easier to set those memories aside. At least for now.
The old ones like to dance.
Well, they did. You look like you've got something to say.
Just a couple of questions. Looks like things between you and Zoe.
I suffered through a few hours of glaring... How do people do this? What if an apology is not an...
You give her a...
You're the word.
What makes you...
Abandoning me again.
I should go.
You're right.
Welcome back, Aloy. I see you have recovered Poseidon. With the acquisition of Aether, Poseidon, and Demeter, my heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it. With Varl's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you have been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores? Where would we find a place like that?
Gemini.
An abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here. Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I know that place. It's near the Desert Clan's capital. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
I can help.
Once I am installed on the first core, I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you. Minerva won't be able to conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily detected by anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of handheld pulse generators.
I told you it's not gonna work. I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alpha clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it. Then we need a higher level of clearance. There is no higher... Ted Pharaoh's Omega clearance. The one he used to purge the Apollo database and kill the Alphas. But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths. Their only intel was that it was somewhere in San Francisco. That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at Landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators? I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Alva said the Quen have a ferry on the coast that they use to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock an additional room near the servers.
Understood. Hey, Gaia.
Hello, Aloy.
Beta's convinced we won't be able to capture... With that added, do you really think she'll be able to build the rig and...
It may take some coaxing, but...
I don't get her, Gaia. She's nothing like what I thought I guess it'll be best if she stays here when we go... So our plan to capture Hephaestus...
As you we now...
And...
Not...
How...
There...
And the others will create...
Correct.
And then we'll have... All this data I've picked up and I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your Erend has asked on numerous occasions about... He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving. He also suggested we host a party for you. That is what I predict.
Is Katalo getting along?
Yes, though he prefers to spend most... He appears to be collating data on insignificant battles during the fair to aid in the creation of a war map of... I believe he aims to study the tactics of...
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears to be a private. He has repeatedly declined my offers to...
So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon...
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided. Waters and soil conditions, these improvements will stave off environment for a few additional...
Well, with luck, so then you'll be able to fix the biosphere.
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic aid reverse the environmental damage that has...
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Faro create a clearance level higher than... Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with...
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a backdoor to the Zero Dawn system. My predecessor did not even know until he activated it to purge the Apollo data. It is, in effect, a blind spot. One that will... And fortunately, thanks to Beta, we know where Omega clearance may be.
Right. Were you able to make you...
Yes. The lakes associated with the regional water. As a result, red algae growth levels have... According to my data, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist.
Maybe I'll look into it when I... So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in... From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation. Is that why Poseidon went...
Most likely. Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it... There, buried and encased in a protective dome.
Like 3 Oseram
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need.
So Gemini has 2 data cores. I've never seen... But you mentioned something about size...
When my predecessor attempted to build, construction was disrupted by a series of... The data core had already been built. But the rest of the facility... So, a second core was built. However...
Lucky for us. Are the Quake...
No. Though they did also create...
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the... It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be faced with overwhelming odds of extinction.
Even still, water to the wasteland, an entire city. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on just... waiting for someone to come along and wake it. I found some... It mentioned that there are... Why is it...
Had it been a...
Can we...
Unfortunately, it will have to wait in order to act.
I guess...
As you...
Huh. The door's unlocked now. What was this room for, Gaia?
This was intended as a diagnostic center to monitor machine activity in the repair bay below. It appears most of the equipment was damaged, likely from Minerva's control of this facility.
Yeah, she did try really hard to keep me out.
Transmitting.
Looks like a power cell could fit here. Okay, that console has power now. The vault. I found a locked door behind the vent in the basement. From the looks of this data, Festus has been trying to hack into the repair bay. Doesn't look like it's been able to. get how she can be so negative all the time. I mean, we're clones of the same woman, and yet... she couldn't be more different from Elizabeth.
The old ones like to dance.
Got a minute?
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the west...
To the ruins.
Yes. And I'm looking for a tribe. The Quen. They said they came from across the... I was hoping that tonight...
There were rumors of Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but... we've had more pressing concerns, as you know.
It's okay.
There is something... it's...
Anything interesting?
I found an acceptable place to practice with...
Oh.
Outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's...
that would defeat the purpose?
Found anything interesting?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the... I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we... but it seems they were among the... Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of Greed as they vied for land, since at least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need...
Yes, of course.
Anything else you've been looking at with that?
Gaia showed me the knowledge. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if some...
What is it?
The old ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the... If you carried the carcass of a water, they called them seashells.
That sounds... What have you been up to?
Varl has asked to learn the differences between my people, so I've been teaching him Tenakth. It is heavy with blood, but also with honorable deed. Maybe you'd like to hear about it as well.
I'd be honored. What do Tenakth do to relax?
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Erend, is... although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically.
Somehow that still sounds... You said there was something you...
I've been speaking with... She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
You want to make yourself a new one?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build if I can get the necessary data, and she believes these things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research...
I am not as familiar with old-world machinery as you are.
It might be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an... We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
I see.
It sounds like this is worth...
By the 10, we shall see.
I should get going.
Should you need
I know who to call. I'll call you when I'm near the Zenith lab. We'll get what you need for that new arm of yours.
Thank you, Aloy.
I'm sorry, Aloy. After all the trouble you went through,
Well, no one said this was gonna be...
You sure you don't want any backup dealing?
They think I'm Sobek, or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind.
If you say so. Let me know if you need it.
You better not be slacking off on your studies.
And risk Zoe coming after me? In fact, I've been reading about Ted, how he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after...
He definitely was a piece of... Well, Beta and Gaia built the rig. Can you get everyone ready for the...
Of course.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that we'll get Gaia and chill. No more Zeniths, no more derangement. I welcome it, but I wonder how the Nora will react. And the cart...
Let's just focus on fixing...
You're right. We've got an act.
If I get Omega clearance and then we grab, we might finally have the advantage over the...
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging
Better them than us, for once. I'll be in touch if...
I'll make sure...
Good.
Let's just I hear about you going...
Turns out we need one last thing before...
Because it would have been too easy other...
You've been looking at any...
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at, and she found the mother. They called it. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet...
You've been looking at...
I asked, and she found... They called it. Turns out the old ones time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
How are things with Kotallo? You still scared?
Oh, she thinks she's fun. Actually, I played strike with... I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still...
Glad to hear it. I need to get...
I think I know. Gaia mentioned this other tribe you found? The Quen...
I can handle them. In the meantime, Varl will help you get ready.
Take care of yourself.
Aloy, I hear you're going further west.
Do you know anything?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that they call it the Eye. It is said the old ones built towers there that touched so they could live far away from the earth that bore, as if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do. How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn. For one spirit to diminish in such... I'm not sure if I should hate him.
You and Varl doing okay?
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just that... But then who'd look after Aaron?
Well, there's always Kotallo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tana. What could go wrong?
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with... Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of... She would not... Patience reaps the best harvest.
Any progress with your plan for the...
It is. Gaia warned me that because the land gods are linked together in... The code must be delivered to all... Most are in Plainsong, but in recent years, 3 of them wandered off. So...
We have to find...
No. We know where they are, but So wandered into a lake and sank. Do ventured into a dangerous canyon, and T broke down amidst a herd of machines.
Okay. Tell you what. You go to Plainsong, I'll take care of So. I'll need their locations, plus...
I'm sending the data to you now. My people made shrines near where each land god falls. When you see them, you'll know you're close. And once again, thanks for your help.
We're not gonna let your people starve, So. After that... I'm gonna need a...
We'll be ready.
The Zenith Research Lab's right up that cliff. Kotallo said that's where we'll find the parts to build him a new arm. I should let him know I'm here.